see us and hear us now, so...
Oh, well, then the mistake's already made.
Yeah.
You poor fools, flee!
Yeah.
Clearly in the wrong channel.
My bad. Hey there, party people. What is up? I am Chuck. You're watching Defenders of Kobold, and tonight we're here to pretend to play some Hyperborea, Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. We're going to be starting off with the adventure Rats in the Walls from the little booklet you can get, Rats in the Walls and Other Perils. Yeah, that's what we're doing tonight. I have played Hyperborea before a couple of times. I've made a handful of characters in it. But really, this game is very new to me still. So we're just going to fuck it up and have a great time as we do that. Let's go through and let's just do introductions, who you are, plug any shit you want to plug, and tell us about who you're playing tonight. We're going to go in the path of the tutorial. It looks like... yeah. So yeah, we'll start off with Jeff.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jeff. Adventures in Lollygagging. I play games on the internet with other people, including some of the people on the screen. Actually, I think everyone, because we're playing right now.
Yeah.
So twitch.tv/lollygaggers. We play a Vesson game on Monday, brand new, just started. A couple people here are in it. And then Thursdays we're on twitch.tv/Zweihander-RPG with Zweihander. And then Fridays and Saturdays we do things like Mutant Year Zero and Electric Bastionland. And we also have a podcast, just search for Adventures in Lollygagging. And are we introducing our characters as well?
Yeah.
I am playing Egtho. He is a Viking huntsman, and he is a bow specialist, we'll say, and bow and spear. That's
there
my
you
guy.
go. Very cool. Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm a giant nerd. I try to latch onto as many games as I can with these fine people. I'm going to be playing a greatsword wielding barbarian that is not at all Conan.
Not in the least. Nope.
Not at all. His name's Cormac. Completely different.
Way different.
He rates westerns.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Bert.
Hey, I'm Bert Bislab on the inner tubes. I run a little podcast called Of Steam, Steel, and Murder, which can be found at Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com, where we play stuff. Tonight, I'm playing Mordith, Cleric of the North, wise beyond his years, so weak of arm. So weak of arm.
There we go. Moving down to the bottom row, Dan.
Dan with Defenders. I'm playing Paul Aladine, the Paladin. Gotta hopefully keep my patron saint buttered up real good. And we'll just see what happens. I'm new to this game. I've got a longsword, and I'm probably going to use it poorly.
There we go. And last but not least, Jake.
I'm Jake with the Defenders of Kobold. I'll be playing a fella by the name of Maguyak, who is a Yupik shaman. Okay. I'm going to open my beer. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, so here we are. Now for the players, I dropped some information as handouts in the Roll20 game. You can look through those if you want, but we're going to talk for a little second about our setting. We're in the city-state of... Oh my god, how do you say that? Cromarium.
There's a pronunciation guide.
Oh, there is. It is. It's right there. I just had to scroll down. I had to put it down because I'm like, how the fuck do you say that? All right. It's a giant, huge, sprawling metropolis. Has the largest harbor in the realm. One important note about it is it used to be inhabited by the Hyperboreans 1,000 years ago, and then what's called the Green Death happened. Fucking killed everyone. After that, the city sat unoccupied for a very long time, and then slowly people started moving back in, and that's kind of where we find ourselves in the Hyperborean current day, which is nondescript medieval times. So the important note is a lot of the city is still a mystery. Huge swaths are kind of uninhabited, unexplored. The majority of the city is, poor and homeless. But yeah, that's where we're starting off at. So you all find yourself traveling together. For whatever reasons, you're all teamed up. You're in the renowned city-state of Cromarium, or I'm not going to look up the pronunciation again. Most culturally disparate city in all of Hyperborea. You can enter almost any watering hole and expect to encounter, people of all walks of life. Vikings, Celts, that's a name. Picts, Amazons, Cimmerians, drinking, mingling. Occasionally you see the gaunt Hyperboreans. They're, 7-ish feet tall, pale. Look almost sickly. But yeah, a lot of the local fishermen, sailors, all flock to the dockside taverns. They drink before lunch. Upon return, they got bitter ale, rancid whiskey. Why would you drink that? I don't know. Sometimes they get some fancy ass shit like pomegranate wine or something. So fancy. But you find yourselves at a particular tavern called the Silvery Eel. Anyone looking at this on video, the little image I got there in the open player spot, an eel wrapped around a foaming mug of ale is the sign that hangs above the tavern door. But the Silvery Eel, it appears vacant this morning. You enter it, you drop your gear, you seat yourselves at a battered pine table.
Can I slide into a booth?
Well, I was going to say, it's fine, you all sat at a booth, sure. But something's off tonight. The middle-aged barkeep, he's stoking the fire, and he finally makes it over, and he approaches your table. Now, you notice he's nervous. His eyes are darting around all over the place. Walls, ceilings, his hands tremble a little bit. His brow glistens. How can I help you guys tonight? And he kind of forces a smile.
Just looking for some regular grub. Been having problems with spiders.
Does the place look like it's recently been busted up and quickly put back together?
Well, the furniture and everything seems to be in good shape. One thing you do notice kind of looking around is there's odd planks of wood kind of nailed to the walls here and there. Like along the baseboard, it gets kind of frequent. But as you're kind of looking around, he's kind of taking your orders. You do hear a little creak from the back of the bar for a moment, kind of giving you a little glimpse of a scrawny young woman kind of looking at you. She's got dark circles under her eyes. She's kind of got a haunted expression as she looks at you all for a minute, and then she kind of slips back through the door into the kitchen. But yeah, you definitely notice there's weird, and I mean maybe little plots of wood, maybe 2-3 feet, just hammered onto the walls in different points. Maybe you see some bits of straw and hay poking out from behind some of them. But he's like, what we got mead, we got a little bit of wine, and we got some eel stew that's not necessarily terrible tonight.
Warm wine, some of the stew. Where is your clientele?
Well, here recently, the Silvery Eel has gotten a bit of a reputation. The locals, they think we're cursed.
They think you're cursed? Or this place is cursed?
This place is cursed.
Are you?
No, everything's fine. Everything's fine. He says with a really taut, forced smile. But as he says it, you can kind of see water starts, tears start welling up. And he kind of shudders a little bit. And he's like, I can't lie to you. Something is dreadfully wrong. Maybe maybe you would be kind enough to help me. I could pay.
Sit down.
Trouble.
Yeah, he'll slide into the bar next to you. We have a rat problem.
Rodents of unusual size.
Rats that are unusually large. It started 3 months ago. And I got, I took the usual means. I got traps. I got cats. And in the morning, all the traps would be broken and all the cats would be dead.
Oh, you must not have got big enough cats.
Oh, we got the fattest tomcats I could possibly find.
That's the problem. You need them lean and hungry.
Well, maybe that was my mistake. They would chew holes in the walls. They would bite people's ankles. I would board up the holes after hours, but they just chew right through them again. And at night, you can hear it. They're scratching in the walls, and he kind of puts a finger to his lips to shush you all, and you listen for a second. You can actually hear a little bit of scratching and skittering inside of the walls.
And none of your neighbors have this issue? It's just your establishment.
It's just us, and he would make a note. There's the Garros imports on one side of us and the Toll's boat storage and supply on the other. And I've checked with them and they don't have any kind of problems.
Well, you have the larders. Is your food being eaten?
Yeah, they're
old enough.
They're getting there. They're everywhere. They're upstairs in the apartment. We live in an apartment above the bar. They're here in the bar. They're down in the basement. And it's not good. People are getting sick. We used to have 3 bar wenches that worked here with us, and they all got bit, and 2 of them died, and the 3rd one quit.
Well, would you give us a moment? Let us
Sure.
discuss.
Yeah, I'll be just holler when you're ready. I'll go work on getting your food and drinks.
Sounds good.
And at Roll20, I posted up a picture of the guy you're talking to. He introduced himself. His name is Zill. And then the woman who poked out from the back door there.
So, fellows, we are destitute.
All I care about is he just brings us some drink. I'm tired of listening to the crying baby man.
The crying baby man will fund more drink and more food. Are you not interested in that?
I just don't want to listen to him anymore.
Then we'll just say yes. We will help for a fee.
We'll just agree then.
At the very least, we'll have warm rat for dinner.
Don't knock it.
Could be
I
some
wouldn't
rat
even
People are getting
stew.
sick, though. Do we want to eat stuff that's making people sick?
Oh, it's only if they bite you. If you bite them,
I don't want to get bit by a rat.
Gotta eat them first.
Well, maybe we don't have to bite them or have them bite us at all. Maybe there's some way we could drive them out.
We could burn the place
Burn it.
down. Hey, Paula knows.
I would really rather stab them, maybe squish them up, tear them apart, but if we have to burn them, I'll accept it.
is this the kind of place that also lets rooms?
No, it is very strictly just a tavern. It doesn't have any rooms.
I'm down for trying to slice and dice up some rats.
Okay. Do you want to call him back over?
Yeah, when he brings our
Yeah.
beverages.
So yeah, he comes out with a tray, meads and some warm wines, and he's got 5 bowls of hot eel stew with some heels of crusty bread along with it.
Well, I believe we are all interested in helping you, say for the cost of our meal, drinks, and a bit of coin.
The meal and the drinks are on the house. I don't have loose coin to give you, but I think I have something better. I have a pearl necklace that was my wife's before she passed. I would gladly give that to you as payment when you're done. Last we had it checked, it was worth 1,000 gold.
Okay.
And then also, as a down payment, I have a friend of mine who died recently, and he left behind a shield, which I would gladly give you.
I'll have the eel half in my mouth.
Sorry for your loss.
And I'll go back to you.
That sounds like fair payment.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for him?
Do they primarily come out at night?
They do primarily come out at night. You can hear the scratching in the walls. You know, they go up to our apartment upstairs, and he gives you a key to the apartment upstairs. He's like, here, you have full run of the building for this, and this is the key to the apartment upstairs. The only thing that I would ask you is that you please leave my daughter. Where is his daughter's name? Oh my gosh. It's here. Anesta. Please leave my daughter Anesta alone. She's working in the kitchen now. She's lost too much already.
So Chuck, he says the rats are in the walls. I mean, is this not a really standard building? I don't understand the between walls. They're usually stone or wood with no in between.
Yeah, this isn't necessarily historically accurate. It's more like a more modern style structure. It's a wood building on a stone foundation that does have, like studs with the outer layer.
In an outer wall.
Yeah,
So there's a cellar too, right?
Yes, there's a cellar. He's like, you can get access to it through the basement. I must go ahead.
Does it look like it was built on top of something older?
Yeah, I don't really know the history of the building. I bought it, my wife and I bought it a year ago from the city, and we remodeled it. The former owner was a spice trader, and he hung himself in the basement. So there wasn't really any information.
Was your business ever good? Did
Yeah.
the rumors of a curse happen with the last landowner?
No, I never heard anything about that beforehand. And I have any of the locals, well, most of the locals have never said anything. Really, the rat problem started about 3 months ago. And then it was after my wife died, and then the 2 bar wenches died. And then my friend who was going to help me clear the rats out, he died.
How did all these people die? Is this connected? Did they die from like sickness and such?
In the nibbles, I do believe.
And he says, okay, so first off were the bar wenches. They were bit, and 2 of them became sick, and they died. Then after that was my daughter, my younger daughter. She was just an infant. There was a busy night. My wife, my daughter, and I were down here working the tavern, and my youngest was up in her crib upstairs asleep. And when we went upstairs later that evening, she was covered in bite marks. She was listless, and she died a few days later. It was the day after that my wife hung herself in the basement.
I will put a big meaty paw on his shoulder. I really am sorry. That's
You could,
awful.
he's holding back emotions here, but you can definitely tell like he's on the cusp of just breaking down. But then then I got my friend Carl. He said he could clear out the rats, and he went down there one evening, and he never came back up. And the next morning when I went down there, he was dead on the floor in the basement, covered in bites, his throat ripped out.
Did anything else happen in this town 3 months ago?
Not of note. Now, you asked about, if this was anything else. There's this one patron. I say patron. He comes in every now and then. His name is Kilopo. He's a Hyperborean. and he's the captain of the Bergbreaker, which is stationed out in the harbor. He runs cargo for Garros Imports next door. He came in one night and he had he wouldn't elaborate, but he said that there was something odd about this place, or it wasn't what it seemed, but he wouldn't go into details on it.
Oh, that's not very helpful.
Do the businesses to the left and right, do they share a wall with this place?
No, they're separated. Actually, let me, on roll 20, I'll go ahead and kick you guys over to a different map. And there you can kind of see in the circles the map of the area. You see Garros Imports, Silvery Eel, Toll's boat and storage supply, and then you can kind of see the docks right outside of here. And you can see the Bergbreaker is...
Is Garros Imports really a pyramid?
No. Yeah, I noticed that earlier, and I'm like, that's not okay. But yeah.
Just a pyramid scheme. You have to sell imports
Oh,
to your
is that what it
family
is?
and
Yeah.
Ah,
But yeah, he wouldn't give me any information, but he did allude to the tavern having some weird history. But, Hyperboreans, they're so smug and they think they're so much superior than everyone else.
You now believe me, Leda. The only good Hyperborean is a dead one.
I'm not a man of violence, but, a good Hyperborean is one that's not in my eye line.
You probably brought the rats here.
I suppose as a businessman, the only good Hyperborean is one who pays.
Yeah, that's also true.
Well, let us gain strength and sustenance, and we will check out your basement.
Sure.
I think that's a good starting
Indeed.
point.
So you all...
And,
Yeah.
perhaps it might be a good idea if you and your daughter maybe. I know business is rough and all, but while we're doing this, maybe you shouldn't be here. Is what I'm saying. While we're exterminating such for safety.
He looks around, and you guys are the only ones in the tavern. He's like, I have some friends we could probably go stay at for the night. Let us get through, closing and cleaning up, and then we'll take off.
take him some mead while you go. I'm sure they'll
Yeah.
open the door.
But
Take care of now, so think of her.
okay, let me go get that shield from upstairs real quick for you. And so he leaves the table, and he'll come back a few minutes later, and it's a small shield, but he has he's like, this is actually my friend Carl, it was actually his prized possession, and he's holding it there, and he's just like, it does this real neat trick. And he puts his hand through the strap and he grips the handle, and the shield starts like glowing, like illuminating, and it's putting off light like it was a lantern almost, like it's got a lot of light to it.
It's fancy.
So here, you all can keep this now, and when you're done, I'll give you the pearl necklace. So whoever's taking the shield, it is actually a magical +1 small shield, and when you hold it, it essentially has the light spell cast upon it.
It is fancy.
Permanent cast, like if you hold it, it's always there, or can it be commanded to be turned off?
If you grip it, it's always there. So like if you kind of,
You
yeah.
let go.
Who wants to be the target? Cormac, you need a shield.
Giant two-handed blade.
I'm not in need of it in particular, so if somebody else would like it, that's fine. Otherwise,
There's two-handed weapons between the bow and the spear. It's not really useful for me.
Well, I guess I'm the only one that uses a shield then.
I use a shield, but I have a large shield. So
You have a large. Okay,
Okay.
good enough. I'll take it then, I guess.
Okay. So you
Or we can sell it later.
can certainly sell it later. One important thing,
Shield.
or either or. Now, one important thing to note in this game is XP is very calculated. Like every class, every subclass has its own XP table. You guys will level up at different times, but for every enemy you defeat, you get experience points. For every gold coin you gather during your night's adventure, that's an experience point. So definitely loot equals XP in this game. So
seems fair to sell it then, or
Smash all the crates.
yeah. All right, so
My precious food.
before you all finish your meal, they lock the door and they're doing their cleanup. Zill is in the dining, or in the the main area here, wiping down the bar. Sweeping.
they're down a couple of workers.
Yeah.
So
If you guys, I was just gonna say also, that's great, but also if you guys have any more questions for him or his daughter, you would probably need to ask them before they leave for the night.
Is there anything that you've noticed that these rats like to eat in particular?
They eat everything. He's like, I've lost so many grains. I've lost oats, rice, meat. They eat living things too.
Okay, I wasn't sure if there was something they have a particular fancy to. We could use as bait, perhaps. But it sounds like it's all equal opportunity.
Yeah, it's all on the table.
I want to talk to his daughter.
About the table. Do they
Yeah. Now, earlier he did ask you to leave his daughter be.
Oh, that's
But
right. Never mind.
I'm not saying you don't have to. I'm just saying that if you want to take that course, you're probably going to need to take care to make sure that he doesn't interject
it
himself.
As I'm helping clean, just when I'm closer, maybe cleaning under a table while she's pulling up the chairs, just kind of quietly ask.
I could ask the barkeep to show me the cellar, to get him out of the room.
Okay.
If that helps.
Yeah, he'll gladly take it. It's through the kitchen. Now, Bert, as Mornath, as you kind of move up to start talking to her, you can see that her arms and her legs are just covered in bite marks.
She doesn't look ill otherwise, though.
She does not look well, but I wouldn't necessarily say that it's sickness, but definitely extreme levels of exhaustion.
A food for thought item. I'll probably go with Ichtho. I want to see if barkeep Zill has bite marks and things as well.
Now he's wearing a lot. He's got long pants on. Like she's wearing like a dress that goes down, mid calf or maybe, and her arms are a little more exposed. But if you want to get an idea if he's got bite marks, Dan, let me get a character sheet up because I don't.
It could be a situation where he reaches out and his sleeve gets caught or something like that.
Yeah, I would
Doesn't necessarily
say
need to be.
go ahead and give me like an intelligence test.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
My dump stat.
Yeah.
Mine too.
You do pass though. It's roll under for those. So you definitely kind of see that he's got some red marks on his pants around the ankles that you would be able to kind of deduce that it's bites on the ankles that kind of bled through the bandages maybe and stained the pants.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a bizarre situation
Yeah.
where he's fine.
Yeah. Now, Bert, what kind of conversation do you want to have with
I want to find
Anesta?
out two things. I want to ask about, was there anything that frightened you about the basement before the rats arrived? Was it an unseemly place, a place that you were not interested in spending a lot of time in?
I mean, it was a creepy old cellar with cobwebs and it was dark, but I mean, there was nothing that I was afraid of down there.
Was your mother of a delicate temperament before this? It seems odd that she would leave you in these straits.
Well, after my sister died, she took it really hard. And, she kind of came off of wealthier stock than what my father did. So she, wasn't as exposed to things. So maybe that played into it. She did complain about the dreams affecting her more.
Dreams?
No, don't tell my father this. He's been through enough, but it's something that my mother and I had talked about before she passed. The rats would bite her a lot too, and it was at night. They would arms, legs, stomach, and I have these dreams now where I would feel the pain of the bites, but I just couldn't wake up, and I would have these nightmares of this terrible pig-faced woman with massive bat wings, just laughing and staring at me, and that was like, eventually it would wake me, but she was having dreams of the same creature.
Am I misreading this? Maybe I got it from a wrong system, but can clerics and magic users just see magic?
I don't know.
Because I remember reading, and again, I can't remember if it was this one or not. Read a lot this week, but I think there is no spell for detect magic that you can just do it.
I'm going to say yes. I don't want to spend time looking up the rule. So you would, kind of let your focus slip into the firmament a little bit.
Yeah, I'm kind of just observing her to see if there is anything.
There's vestiges of something dark there, but it doesn't seem to be like originating from her. With kind of the story she's telling you in the dreams, you get the feeling like maybe something evil is trying to make contact with her in some way. So like there's hints and wisps of something foul. It's kind of clinging to her. In some of the bites, it seems to originate more like almost like little wafts of smoke, just negative energy kind of coming off some of these bites.
All right. Well, I will end this by giving her a blessing. I don't actually have a spell that does that, but being a cleric, I'm sure I bless things.
Sure.
Say some nice words.
Yes.
Give her the placebo blessing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'll work in 7% of circumstances.
Yeah. All right. So those of you who went downstairs, who all went downstairs with the dude?
There we
Okay.
go. If my hand's too far to the side, it gets edited out.
Yeah.
Okay, what happened to your finger?
It's gone.
Must be the rats.
They took it.
Dan, would you please roll me a d6?
Oh boy.
Means he wants a 1. That's why he asked you to roll.
Oh, it depends.
If he wanted a
know.
6, it would be me.
Okay. Yeah. You all head down to the basement.
Perfectly middling this
Yeah, right in the
time.
middle. Yeah.
Right in the middle. I have a picture of the basement.
That's how many rats attack you immediately on their
Immediately.
6 foot tall rats. Okay.
They thirst for dance dice rolls.
I have so many handouts for tonight. So everyone should see, this is the basement layout. Just a single room. You go through the kitchen, and actually if you want, let me show you a kind of a closer map of the ground floor. But the entrance to the basement, there's a hatch that opens up in the kitchen, and you go down. It's a stone foundations, very large sandstones. You can tell it's very, very old. It's way older than the wood building that sits on top of it. There's gaps and everything in the sandstone. It looks like Maybe Zill has kind of stuffed it with mud and straw to kind of weatherproof it a little bit more. But it's loaded with crates and boxes. He would point out, the casks, they hold ale, wine, pickled eel, pickled fish. Crates are just, supplies for the tavern. And you kind of immediately looking around, you can see there's actually droppings here in the basement. And now the floor here, it's like a flagstone floor. So still kind of a different kind of construction from the walls itself as well. But there's very large, almost small dog-sized droppings.
Why?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the basement as disorganized looking as this image would suggest?
100%, yeah.
Okay, so there's all sorts of room for rodents to navigate between all of this.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to move these things, I think.
Yeah, that's my thoughts also.
Or just fire.
Fires.
That'll come later when we call it quits.
Yeah. Now, once again, I forgot who all was downstairs again. I know it was Jeremy and
Just
Dan.
Dan, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Just Jeff and I.
I'm
Okay.
snatching another drink.
Or,
Yeah, he's
Jeff
stealing
did.
booze.
Okay, that's fair.
Eating any leftover eel stew, nobody.
Oh yeah. If you go into the kitchen, kind of while Bert's talking to Anesta, you can see the pot. It's off the old wood stove, but this giant kettle of eel stew. It's starting to cool down a little bit, so some of the jelly is starting to kind of clump up along the top, congeal along the top layer. But yeah, if you want to eat more, it's there. And once you kind of dip down into the center mass of it, it's still plenty warm.
Wonderful. Just barehanded.
Not even going for the ladle.
Yeah.
No, I'm going for the jelly. That's the best part.
You're using the ladle God gave you.
All right. So is there anything else? Anything specific you want to look at down in the basement?
I think we might try and, not necessarily just the two of us, but possibly try and organize the basement a little bit so we can...
We're gonna want to move the crates and barrels to check the foundations, look for holes, that kind of stuff. But I do want to take, and I'm not actually, I'm being serious here. I do want to take a look at the droppings.
Sure.
And the huntsman.
Dr.
Oh, yeah.
Grant style.
I am pretty good with animals, and I just want to verify that this is likely. Is there anything I can glean from it, basically, other than that?
100%.
I'll leave that to you.
Yes, there definitely is. I need to remember. It's in the skill check section. Go ahead and roll me a d6. And
Also a 4.
also a 4.
Perhaps Roll20 doesn't know that we need to roll high to screw things up just yet.
Well, it's roll under, so
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, they don't know that we need to
it
roll
hasn't
high to
caught
screw
on.
things up. Yeah.
Let's see. Not dice conventions.
So Dad, you literally see him pick it up, sniff it, take a little bite.
Yeah.
He's really doing all of those things.
So I can tell you right off the bat, you get this giant rat turd has a dark kind of crimson hue to it. Very peculiar. Nature really doesn't put that dark of a pigment into a lot of things. But one thing you definitely kind of get the vibe of is kind of as you kind of sniff it, maybe give a little taste. It's definitely got a copper ping to the taste of it. Definitely that red pigment's coming through is very much like blood.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I'm not sure if this poor fella had trouble passing this, or if this means there's something else inside. I don't know.
But I'll make a note. The copper.
People.
Yeah, maybe. This ain't like any rat droppings I tasted before.
I'll take your word for that.
Yeah,
this is gonna-
eat what you can.
Drive me up the wall. Where the hell are skill tests? That's all right. Essentially, it's just a D6, and depending on the difficulty, I'll increase the number or lower it. So, if Dan, who has no experience with, nature or dealing with scat or tracking, it would have been a 1 in 6, but the more skilled you are, the higher your chance. So I'm going to say 4 and 6 was probably the number I was shooting for, and that's what you got. So yeah, you get all that information. So definitely it's laced. It's got a heavy diet of blood or something like that, which is a very peculiar.
Yep, seems like it's feeding on the blood. Definitely, it's not what rats normally eat, but just one of several things that are odd about this.
Absolutely.
Then I guess, do we want to start moving the crates and barrels ourselves, or do we want to call
A couple extra hands.
Not Arnold
might not-
down here.
Not Arnold. Yeah, a couple extra hands might not hurt, and I was contemplating doing some sense evil.
If that's an ability you got, yeah.
It is.
Now,
I just have to concentrate.
yeah. Real quick on a note, on the map of the first or the ground floor, the stairs to the apartment upstairs are on the outside along the side of the building. So I just wanted to point that out. For exploration, if you wanted to go upstairs, that's how you would get there. But how's your sense evil?
It's just basically a sensitivity to it. Particularly strong emanation, such as malign artifact, dominion of evil. Evil sorcerer, undead demons, and other unclean spirits.
Sure. You kind of once again let your senses move over to the ethereal, the firmament.
It's a 60-foot range.
And you start getting almost like the scent of sulfur, and you can see red wisps, and that's kind of how you've associated sensing something real evil before. It's almost an aura coming from the corner of the basement here.
One with the crates and barrels, perhaps, or one of the other corners.
One with the crates and barrels. It would be the south west corner.
The one with the two crates by themselves.
Yeah, surrounded by casks.
Okay. Yeah, let's definitely get some people down here, and we'll try and start clearing a path to that.
Okay. So
we might wait for them to leave.
Right. I'll say it's about, you guys move upstairs. It's time for them to leave. They leave you a key. They're like, this will get you in the front door of the tavern. This will get you to up to the apartment. Just make sure you lock it up so no drunk sailors come stumbling in. And Zil and Anesta take their leave for the night.
So we'll probably fill in the rest of them on what we found so far in the basement, I assume.
Yep. Okay. And I'll convey that sense of evil as well.
I will convey that the mother and daughter were having the dreams, and I feel there was some foulness about the rat bites on her body.
Seems to certainly conform with my feelings as well. So.
Would the pig-faced woman with massive bat wings be like an image or a creature anyone might know of, or is it just sort of like...
I would say if you guys want to try and see if there's something you might know, I'll let you guys make a D6 test to see what you know about it. Most likely not. Maybe if there was a wizard in the party, they might have a higher chance. This would be a 1 in 6. And if you do get that 1, it's not going to be the full story if you want to...
I've heard of pig bat person.
Maybe. It's not going to be quite that specific.
One time, I sewed some
Apparently,
wings onto a pig before I killed it.
Apparently, fours are popular today.
That's
Yeah,
good
there.
input there, Cormac. Thank you.
All right. Everyone roll that wanted to roll? Yeah, it's completely foreign. You definitely get, as Mornath describes what the dream was described as, it's foreign. You've never heard of anything like that.
I will take whoever is willing to go start moving them crates down below.
I will help with the crating.
Yeah. It's just everyone going downstairs then?
Sure, but that's manual labor.
Well, yeah, you can let the strongbacks do it. They need a supervisor. So
With your legs.
Yeah. You all move downstairs. And who's all going to start working on moving those barrels, those casks?
I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll help.
I will re-warn everybody about the sensation from that corner that we're working to be
Okay.
on guard, but I will help.
Okay. Those of you who aren't helping, are you doing anything particular during this time?
Supervise.
Keeping a lookout in case they disturb any rats. Have
Okay.
a spear out ready to impale any.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone's got a torch or a lantern out, I would hope.
Yeah.
It's probably dark down here.
It is dark down here. There's a
That way
sconce
it
on the
can,
wall you could light if you wanted to.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The
do
torch
that.
or lantern precariously placed on the stairs is strategically there for starting the fire when we leave.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll grip the shield with one hand and
There you go.
have it light things up.
Ah, there we go.
Okay. You
Prop anything that pops out.
Okay. So we got 3 of you doing labor and the other 2 ready to attack. First go. And it's probably a good thing that you did. As you guys start kind of rolling casks out of the way, some of them slosh a little bit. You come across like a crate you pick up, and you're expecting it, kind of like weight to it, and it just whoop right on up. As you look at this crate, you can see there's actually like an 8-inch hole chewed in the bottom corner of it, and
Contents have been liberated.
its contents has been liberated. But as you kind of move it out to the side, also there's another thing I forgot to describe down in the basement. There were a couple crates in one of like the northwest corner that were just smashed to bits. And if you would have asked Zill about it, he says, I'm using old crates to patch the holes in the walls as the rats chew through upstairs.
Okay.
But it's as you go to actually get closer to the crate that you were detecting that from, that 5 giant rats leap out and attack. So, I'm going to say that Cormac and Mornath, since you guys were prepared for this, you're going to get the surprise round. So I'll let you 2 do whatever it is you want to do as these 5 rats leap out, and then we'll move into standard initiative for this. So, Bert, Mornath, you're just going to launch your spear at one of them?
I don't want to give up my only weapon just yet, so I'm going to stab at it.
Okay, cool. What's your attack rate? Is it 1-to-1?
How do you determine that?
It would be based
It's
on your
normally
class.
1-1 unless you have some sort of weapon mastery.
Yeah.
I do not. Yeah, I don't get weapon mastery.
Okay,
Should
so
be
it's 1-to-1. And Cormac, what's yours?
It's 3-2. So if I do 1 now, I would do 2 the next round.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll say that. I'll let you both go ahead and make me an attack. Ooh. That's a good 2 hit. Just for my simplicity, this target number was an AC of 7. So Mornath, you stab at it, but this thing's just a little too quick for you. But Cormac, you take one of these rats with your, what kind of weapon? You got a greatsword?
Yeah.
And you just completely bisect this thing as it kind of is leaping out, and you're just overhanded, bringing it down, and this rat just splits in 2.
Ah, got in my mouth.
So, with that surprise rat out of the way, there is now 4 giant rats. and we're ready to go. So the way initiative works in this is it's competing D6 rolls. I roll a D6 for the monsters. One of you rolls a D6 for the players. And then whoever gets the higher, that entire team goes first, and then the other team goes second. If there is a tie, it is the person who rolled agility modifier compared to the monster's agility modifier. So you should probably have whoever's got the highest agility modifier be your initiative roller. Just
17 dicks.
Yeah,
Okay.
not only that, but like Dan is in the game too, so Jeff tends to roll super high when Dan's in the game.
Okay.
This is also a fact.
Oh, God,
I
too much
have
pressure.
+3 to my dexterity.
Holy shit.
Did you get an 18?
I did.
Wow.
Shit, boy.
Okay.
All right.
I rolled my CanCon dice, so I've got 3 18s.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What?
Crap.
All right. I am going to
Those
roll my
dice are
D6. Now, also, I do want to point out that I am using my metal dice tonight, which I don't get to bust out very often.
Those are particularly cruel dice.
Not only that, but in this my smaller dice tower, they're super loud. So please enjoy this sound. Did it come through?
It didn't really.
Oh, that's too bad.
I heard kind of a little plap, I think, when it got to the bottom, but
Gonna do a little SMR for us there, Chuck.
there we go.
There we go.
All right. Anyway, they rolled a
Got my metal
4.
dice here, too.
So what is it that I'm clicking on here for my
Just
character sheet?
it's just rolling a d6.
Rolling a d6? Okay.
I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
D6.
got a spot on the character sheet.
I don't think so. I get to roll
save.
my metal dice even less than you do.
Yeah.
There. Just rolled a 5 on the d6.
There we go. Solid.
Pretty solid.
Oh, you guys get to go first.
Hooray.
Go.
All right.
Not coming through so well, but
That's. Oh, yeah. All right. So, players, you all get to go before these rats. So, I need each of you to tell me what you're going to do. Don't worry about the phases. You say, I'm going to move over. I'm going to attack this. I'm going to cast a spell. I'm going to use this weapon. I'm going to fight that thing. And then I'll divide it out between the phases. Hopefully, I'll do it right. We'll find out. So, what are y'all going to do? You just tell me.
do we want to just have it go in order of like a specific order of players to keep it simple?
Sure. I'm going to go off the order of what I'm seeing in Zoom. So it's going to be Dan. What are you doing this turn?
Dumb question. Since I was moving crates and stuff, I assume my shield isn't in hand. Do
Correct.
I need to-
You're going to need to grab your shield, and we're going to call that your movement.
Okay. I assume the rats are all up in my business.
You are right there up in melee range. Yes.
Okay, so I will equip my shield and I will stab it at the
Okay.
rats.
Okay. So on phase 1, you're going to grab your shield. And then on phase 2, you're going to attack. All right, Jake, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go because I was moving stuff.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting this. Gonna drop my stuff and then I'm gonna grab my war club and just take a random whack at one of
Okay.
these rats.
So you're going to grab your gear on phase 1 and then attack on phase 2.
Yep.
All right, Bert.
Well, I'm gonna try and stab at that rat that I missed the last time.
Okay. That means you will get to attack on phase 1, but you won't have anything to do on phase 2. Jeff.
I am going to grab my spear and then attack on phase 2.
All right. And Jeremy.
He's going to have a seizure and fall over.
Sword's already in hand. I'm just going to keep
It's a
chopping.
tumor.
Now you do. This is your
Atuma.
2 attack turn.
Yep.
So if I am correct, with a 3-2 melee, which they don't have 3-2 melee on the page I'm on in the book, I think you can take both of your attacks on round 1, or on phase 1, if I'm correct.
Yep. At least the previous one I've played, that's how we did.
Yeah, so I'm just put you down for attack,
Mm-hmm.
and then nothing on phase 2. All right. The rats are all going to... The three of you in melee range, they're all going to just attack. They've just got a 1-to-1 attack, so phase 1 they're going to be attacking each of you. We're going to put...
You can roll them to see who they target so they can all attack
Well,
me.
I'm figuring out which one of you is getting attacked twice, and it's going to be Jeff.
Oh, what? That's against the rules.
And it's all going to happen on phase 1. And let's see. So melee, you guys doing melee attack this round get to go first. So Bert and Jeremy, would you please make your attacks? Oh. How do you do? Is there a rule that you always have to do a minimum of 1 damage?
Yeah, actually, I think.
I'm going to say, yeah. Bert, you do...
Well, that AC is not going to hit an 18.
Oh, no, okay. I wasn't even thinking of the AC. I was still on... Okay, yeah, that's a definite miss. And Jeremy, what is Cormac? You want to go make your swings? AC 7 is a hit. AC 15 is a miss with the chopper.
The chopper.
Yep. All right, but cool news. You do kill another rat, and I'm going to say that was the rat coming for you.
Nice.
So also Dan, Jake, and Jeff, you now have your equipment in hand as it moves over to phase 1 for the rats. So Jeff, these rats, God, I have to use the actual chart. That's why they got a thing. Oh, I rolled a nat 20. What's your AC?
6.
All right.
Is there like a fumble sort of mechanic in this
No,
game?
there is critical hits, which is just increased damage. So its normal damage is 1d4.
Well, 20 would be an epic fail, though, wouldn't it?
No, it's 2 hits. I rolled a nat 20. So yeah. It's weird how it works. You want to roll high on your attacks, but you want low on your AC.
It's like the old THACO stuff.
Yeah, essentially you subtract the two and it balances out to 0.
Yep.
So this is going to be a ×3 damage.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh.
2, 3, 7 damage.
Yeah, that's 0 for me.
Is it exactly 0 or where are you at?
Exactly 0.
Okay.
I see the formula now.
Yeah. That's brutal. All right. Second rat doesn't attack you because you're already down. But Dan.
Uh-huh.
Ooh. What's your AC?
It is 5.
It did not succeed.
Good.
Phase 2. God, this is rough. Where did my thing go? All right. Dan, Jake, you two can make some attacks against some rats.
Alrighty. Well, here we go. Attack number 1 against a rat.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, you already rolled it. I'm sorry. That was a miss.
Yes.
I was waiting for it to come through, but it was already there. Dan.
Let's see if I got a little lucky to me today. Nope.
No, you miss as well. So Bert, does your cleric have healing ability?
I do.
Okay.
Cure Light.
Okay. Cool.
We'll need it on this
We might
turn.
need that. All right. Phase 2 for the rats. They don't have anything to do. So now we move into round 2. Players, you all get to go first. What are your actions going to be, Dan?
This time I get to attack 2 times, so I'll probably just do that.
Okay. So you're going to attack on phase 1 and nothing on phase 2. Jake, what are you doing?
Phase 1, I'm going to move over to Jeff, who I believe is down.
Yeah.
And then phase 2, I'm going to cast Cure Light Wounds.
Oh, you got magic too.
Yes.
Okay.
This is good to know.
This is good to know for all of us.
Yes.
All right. Then Bert.
All right. I assume since we've traveled together, we know our capabilities.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go over to our down guy too, just in case. But my action is to spear any rat that comes at us.
Okay. Come on, Pen. And Jeff, we know what you're doing.
Well, on phase 1, I'm gonna go, "Ugh!" And then on phase 2, I'm gonna go, oh, and then that's my turn.
Classy.
Good
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah.
Now the dumb question is if you get healed in phase 1, then could you have a phase 2?
No.
Okay. I
Yeah,
just
because you have to
figured I'd
declare at
ask.
the start, so
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. You could be thinking about murdering
And
when you're
Jeremy.
stopped groaning, though.
More hot chopping action.
All right. So you attacked twice last time.
Yeah, just once.
So yeah.
You have to take a phase 1 to oil up your biceps and chest before you attack.
Look at your reflection in your sword. Is this good?
All right. So rats, they're all just going to attack. There's 3 rats left. I would say you're all pretty much in melee range. So, I guess I should roll a d4 because there's 4 of you.
So far, the odds are slightly in our favor.
So one's going to go for Bert. Oh man, my pen is shitting out on me tonight.
Running out of ink, perhaps?
No, it's full. It just doesn't like this paper. Buy a fancy pen. It wants nothing but fancy paper. All right. So let's see. Attacks get to go first. So that is going to be Dan. You can attack twice, and Jeremy, you can attack once.
All right. Do you want to take the lead, Jeremy?
But you guys.
No, you first, Dan.
All right. We'll drop a couple.
Ooh,
That's good.
Yeah. Dan, you kill 2 of them.
Oh boy. I was feeling really inspired by my friend dying, I guess.
There you go.
Make it stop!
Oh, hell yeah.
Wow.
Oh my god. See, this you
Chopped the crap right out of it.
All
good.
3.
I'm glad I didn't have to follow that.
Oh, dude.
Do I need? I'm not even gonna bother. Actually, I'm gonna roll the d6 just because I'm curious.
Oh shit! Yeah, because you did a crit. Yeah. Did I bookmark that? No, I didn't.
That's only ×2.
Yeah, that looks right. All right, so we're out of combat with that. Jake, if you would please go ahead and roll that heal test.
Alrighty, here we go.
Is that
Yeah.
heals 8?
Cool. I'm full.
Nice.
Very
I don't
nice.
know if that did that. No. I don't know. Okay, yeah, it did it right.
Okay, yeah,
Okay. So I take 8 basically.
yeah. You
Yeah, I'm
heal
at
8.
full 7 HP.
All right.
Thank you. I don't know where that rat came from.
Jeff, would you please roll me a d6?
Yeah, I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
Infected. I'm gonna become a were-rat.
Nope,
Awesome.
you're good.
Oh, good.
Since we were watching for the attacks, a couple of us anyway, where did the rats come from?
They leapt out of the crate that's in the very back corner of the room.
In the crate.
In the crate.
Hey, Cormac, why don't you take a look at that crate?
Poke from a distance with the sword.
Yeah. Exploring
Tap, tap,
the
tap.
crate. Yeah, exploring the crate like they've started building like a little bit of a nest in there. There's shredded cloth, some hay, plenty of droppings in there.
When you say giant rat, so how big? Like size of a dog?
Like a small dog.
Poodle rats.
2-3.5 feet long, not counting the tail. So they're big rats.
If we take a moment of silence, do we hear any more skittering around or anything? Like when we were at the bar earlier, we sat still for a second. We're like,
yeah, absolutely.
The walls are alive with the sound of rat music.
So you take a second, you kind of put your ear to the wall, and you can actually hear them scratching and crawling around inside of the stone blocks.
What?
Oh my god.
Please, everyone who's listening, putting their ear to this, listening to these rats, give me a D6. We're going to do an intelligence for listening. Jeff, it's going to be easier for you because you got animal skills and tracking and stuff.
Okay.
I'm a predator.
Yeah, you are.
That's what it says.
So, Jeff, you're going to pass. Dan, you do not.
I didn't expect to. I imagine I have a hard time hearing through my helmet anyways.
Yeah. So you put your ear to it and you guys listen. You can hear them inside the walls. But Jeff, you hear them kind of traveling. You can kind of pick up the movement. You can maybe follow one. And some of them are going up in the walls of the tavern above. And some of them are going down and actually dropping below floor level.
Okay.
God,
I'll put my ear to the ground too to see if I can track it any further as it goes down.
You put your ear to the ground and you can kind of hear it, but it's not as clear. And
they're traveling underneath the inn, maybe.
Perhaps we can lift a flagstone up and unveil some terrifying tunnel of rats.
Maybe the walls are thin, we can knock one down, or maybe there's another way underneath somewhere.
Okay.
So, can I just start clinking a weapon just against the flagstone walls, just to see if any of the walls are hollowed out? If they're actually in the walls, I just kind of want to go through and look for
the
that.
walls
do
or
the same thing on the floor.
Okay. So the sandstone walls, these are giant bricks. Hang on a second. Let's get that out of there. Oh, I didn't share. Bert's here sharing stuff, but I'm not sharing stuff. Give me a second. I forgot. I've got handouts for everything. So in Roll20, that's kind of an illustration of the rats.
That's what bit me.
That's what bit you.
That's what.
Oh look, it's even got a little treasure there.
Yeah.
It's got Dan's finger.
I need that back.
So, okay, so Jeff, you start knocking on these walls, and there's definitely some soft spots in the stone, and that's kind of how they're able to get through. Mm-hmm. But you don't find anything that's obviously loose or you could move easily. Now, Dan, on the other hand, you start kind of going through and kind of clinking at the flagstones on the ground. And actually, on the map of the basement there's the stairs that come down along the north wall, and then there's a smaller stack of crates right next to the stairs. South of that, you actually find one flagstone, and as you're kind of tinking on it, clinking your sword against it, you pick up that the coloration is just slightly different on this one. And as you kind of give it a clink, it's got kind of almost like a kind of a metallic undertone to it. And it's got a little bit of wiggle to it. The other ones are pretty firm. This one's got the slightest amount of...
If I kind of wipe around on it or anything like that, can I see if there's a good way to pry it up, or a convenient built-in way to pry it up?
You don't find a convenient built-in way. If you guys want to get underneath of this flagstone, you're going to probably need to get pry bars or something like that to force it up.
Okay, as I say, I've got a dagger I could maybe use to try and pop the edges, perhaps, but
he has crates and casks down here. Does he not have any bars?
He's probably got something.
Yeah, if you spend a few minutes kind of poking around, you do find a couple small pry bars.
I'll take that and promote myself to Gordon Freeman.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah,
I'll throw some trash on the ground and tell you to pick it up.
that's
That'll
great.
get the killing started.
There we go.
So yeah, you
How you start a good murder.
so yeah, you get these pry bars. You start kind of wedging it. It's heavy. It's probably a little bit more than what you could do on your own, but it does start to kind of slowly shift up. But you're not able to get enough oomph on your own to do it. What I'm saying is, if you want to do this, you need help.
I need Carmack.
I'll help.
All right. So the two of you put your weight down on these pry bars, and it lifts up enough that you're able to kind of get your hands underneath of it, and you shift this flagstone out of the way, revealing underneath of it a very large iron trap door set into the floor underneath, and it's got a large kind of pull ring on it. It's actually almost kind of comedically large. It's probably enough that if you guys wanted to squeeze in, you could get like 3 people on this one pull ring, which is odd.
That was that convenient option I was looking for.
Well, it was just under the giant stone.
Yeah.
Remember, it's very important to lift with your back.
Yeah.
I don't think that's right, Cormac. You gotta use your arms or something, you know. Anyway,
So
Is there anything on like the door? Any like etchings? Any?
no,
engravings?
it is just a plain, essentially a slab of iron with a pull ring on it, and you can see the hinges on the back.
If you want me to listen, I will listen again. Sure, I'll put my ear
Listen
to
with your
it.
special ears.
Yeah, you put your ear to it, and you don't hear anything.
There's nothing down here. We're fine. It's okay. We can go in.
I just didn't want to open it up and like 20 rats jump out at you.
Yeah.
There's nothing down there. Let's leave and never speak of this again.
I could always change my mind and say there are.
Pretty sure this is a recording studio underneath the inn.
That's where they put their VODs out.
I will once again ask Cormac to help us pull the damn.
Okay.
door.
Yes,
There's
like
room for 3.
it's him helping us rather than
Cormac,
us helping
lift
him.
this.
So-
Cormac, open that.
Here's
I'm keeping
the-
lookout in case any other rats jump out at us.
Okay. So this is going to require an extraordinary feat of strength. So the way extraordinary feats of strength work, if I'm correct, it's a rollover. So everyone has an extraordinary feat of strength number. Usually, like those of you who might be stronger, it should be in the 30s. So the way it's going to work is you take your target numbers and you add them together, and that's what you actually know. It is roll under. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought it was rolling.
It is roll under. So, Jeremy, what's your target for extraordinary feat of strength?
32.
So yours is 32. Jeff, what's yours?
24.
And Dan, what's yours?
I don't even know where to find it.
It's next to your strength stat. Extraordinary feat of strength. Yours is a 0. It does not look like you filled it out.
Yep, that's what I mean. I probably missed something.
We're just going to give you a 10.
Yeah, what's your
What's your number? Yeah, what's your score?
I have a 13.
Oh, do I have that?
That'd be
13's
8%.
8%.
8? No, I was giving you too much.
So just put in
Oh, no.
8 over there.
Yep, put in 8. So that means your group target score is a 64. So Cormac, please roll me an extraordinary feat of strength. Your target is to get 64 or less.
Just do it. I think it's just a percentile.
Yeah, it
I
is.
want to do a percentile.
16? Yeah. The 3 of you grab this ring and you lift it up. The there's the weird hollow noise of the metal kind of scraping against the stone. The hinges on this door kind of screech a little bit, and eventually you pull it open, and it opens up to a limestone or sandstone staircase leading down into darkness. This thing is covered with thick cobwebs and dust. It has not seen any use or activity in any of your lifetimes. But the important thing is initially you don't see any signs of like rat droppings or disturbances on the dust. At least not in the part that your light that you have shines down. Not the part revealed by your light.
When you when Dan cast a spell before, he smelled sulfur. Was that specifically for the spell, or like are we getting a waft at that?
No, that was specifically for a spell.
I could always run that out again if we're interested. See if I'm sensing anything now that we've cleared the first mess.
If you do activate it, I'll tell you right now, you can definitely pick up traces of something in the walls, but as far as going down, no, you're not picking any.
Specifically here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's encouraging in its own way, I guess.
The rats were going down, so should
Let's
we
follow suit?
Who's leading the way?
Sure, I'll do so, since I like to die.
Who's got the shield with the light?
Yeah, somebody with light.
Oh, you want me to go ahead or be?
I don't know if we want you. You're like a cleric, right?
Just stay behind me and y'all.
But I'm
use the
fairly
light.
well armored, though. I mean, I don't mind going ahead, actually.
Okay.
By all means.
Then the two of us.
Like,
I have
We'll lock our arms and we'll trot down the hallway.
I have an alertness ability that's supposed to make it harder for us to be surprised as a group. So
Nice.
I guess I want to be towards the front, but maybe not
Okay.
the very first.
Center.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go in the front so I'm not blinding everybody from back with the shield. And let's go.
Yeah. Is the video still playing on Twitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good to me.
Surprisingly enough, I haven't paused it yet.
Oh, okay.
It's all still
It
running.
was just locked up on mine. I look over and we're all just sitting there not doing anything. And I'm like, I know, I just looked over there. All right. So who's leading the way?
I think Jeremy's still stuck.
No, that's just Jeremy.
That's just his face.
I'm always threatened if I made a stupid face, it would get stuck that way.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right?
I've heard that.
So you perfected it. So you all head down these stairs. Like I said, thick with dust and cobwebs.
Keep speaking. I'm going to step away from the mic or the camera real quick. But I'll still be listening on my headphones.
Okay. And it's maybe 50, 60 feet down. It's kind of a spiraled sandstone staircase. Large sandstone bricks, kind of like what you saw in the basement, but these haven't been corroded with age. As you move down these steps and the light of the shield kind of illuminates, you move into this large room. And immediately your eyes are caught by a 14-foot tall rose-colored statue along the north wall of this room. And I've got some things I'm going to show you. Let's see. We're going to show you this one. And then I'm going to show you
They got super basement.
this one. So you should have two images. So you see this giant 14-foot tall rose-colored statue. It's very feminine, like the lower half of it's kind of lost in like silk robes or the carvings of silk robes. It's all stone. But it's got three faces. One faces to the west, one straight ahead, and one to the east.
Okay.
It sits on a low dais. And there's velvet curtains behind this thing that kind of wrap around the north wall and along the west wall. Now, these are old, moldy, just rotted out velvet curtains that you can see. On the floor in front of the dais is a set of chain shackles. They're kind of set into the base of the statue right in front of it. On the west wall, you can see there is an iron door. On the east wall, you can see there's an open archway. And then on the south wall, it's packed with crates in casks. The crates and casks look very out of place here. But they kind of flank a set of stairs that descend down into the floor. And so that's kind of what you're getting from this room.
2 questions.
Yes.
Is the floor dusty?
The floor is... It's got some dust on it, but it's covered in rat droppings. And
Are there any clear boot prints, footprints through here other than the rats?
No, there are no boot prints or footprints. Now, asking specifically, is the floor dusty? You can you give a surveillance. Like the floor is actually, it's more like stained yellow from lots and lots of rat piss. But the dais itself it's clean.
Okay. The crates and barrels.
Yeah.
Are they of modern make or do they look
No,
old?
they're very old.
Where did we enter into here at? Just to be sure.
The stairs to the south.
The 8.
Nope.
8. The spiral
the
staircase in the center.
Okay, that's what I wanted to be sure of.
The stairs to the south descend down.
Was there any light in here other than what we brought down?
No, just what you brought in. There's no light here.
Are there like sconces or something that we could light?
Yeah, there would be some sconces along the walls. There's no torches or anything set in them, or if there were, they've kind of fallen apart due to age.
Okay.
Does the statue ring any bells? Being a cleric and having some knowledge in religion?
Absolutely, it does. You would actually know that it is, and actually put a hand out. It's Aurorus, the shining something or other. Where is that?
Found it.
There it
Yeah,
is.
it's in the handouts.
Yep, Aurorus, the shining one. It's a chaos deity. Its holy symbol would be a set of overlapping pointed stars.
I'm probably deeply offended by this then.
There's lots of religions in Hyperborea. So, it's...
Chaos. I'm
And all of them are false, but one.
I'm
That's
a
great.
lawful good boy.
Well, listen. You can choose to be offended by it or not. I'm just saying,
Chuck, can I
Yeah,
can I do any sort of tracking of any kind? Because I know I heard stuff coming down.
sure.
Thinking about rats. Is there anything? I know you said there's no footprints or anything on the ground,
But there's lots of droppings and urine stains in the rock. Go ahead and give me a d6. We're going to say the pass for this. You're trained in this kind of thing. We're going to call it a 4 or less as a pass. Yeah. You would be able to, kind of looking around, following kind of the concentrations of droppings, and also just kind of using your nose, it very much intensifies towards the stairway to the south.
So I will, as quietly as I can.
We might have more rats going down even further.
But there's none. I'm not getting a sense of anything. I'm not the scent is specifically going down the stairs or
the entire place stinks, but
Right, sure,
it's
sure.
kind of, you can get, there's a very intense, almost humid, just stank, almost wafting up from those stairs.
There's some stank coming from the stairs. Be careful.
Beware the
Ready when we
stank.
go down.
Do we want to check out any of these other rooms or just try and head on down and deal with the largest source of stank?
Have we lit any of the skunks? Are there any places where that would normally hold oil that you would light, braziers, things like that?
Well, there were sconces, but they didn't have any torches or anything in them.
All right. So in my kit, I have some torches.
Okay.
I want to set up some torches so that we have a room
Gonna
that's
set
at least
some
lit.
Ambient light.
Okay. So you're doing it in the main room here?
Yes.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would probably also tell us if there's a draft in the room.
Sure. You set up your sconces kind of spaced around. Now, there's a couple places on the dais where you could set them up. Go ahead and give me a d6 roll. We're going to call this an intelligence test or a wisdom style test to see if you could follow any like air currents.
Do you want a wisdom check or just a d6 roll?
I don't remember. I know
there's like dice on the sheet, but I'm not sure what happens when we hit them.
I'm gonna
next to each attribute.
take a.
For most of your ability tests, you roll a d6 and you'll have a number related to what your stat is, and you want to hit that or lower.
Oh, but this was just a straight up d20. Oh, it's just rolling under your score. You know what? Let's just go with that for now. So just do the test, and we're just going to call it like.
Holy.
Damn.
I like
Okay.
yours better.
Yeah.
There is a draft, and it blew the fire right into your eyes.
It did not. It did not. You're not able to discern any movement on the fire, which would indicate a draft of any kind.
Sure, but I will set up 3 torches to make sure we're well lit down
Okay.
here.
Yeah, absolutely. You got fair enough. There's now dim lighting in this main room. So, what's going on next?
Are the these side passages to like number 9 and 10 and 11, are they open or closed? Are there doors?
The 1 to 10, 11. So the one on the east wall, it's an open archway. So you could just move on in there. The one going into 9, it's an iron door, and it is closed.
Okay.
If you want to go east, I'll cover you. I'll follow you.
Okay. Well, I just don't want us to like move downstairs and leave 20 rats behind us.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about opening the doors just yet, but
Since the area is probably dark past the archway, I will go in front with the shield.
Okay. So you all pass into the archway to the east, and it's a short hallway with a door on the left, an iron door on the, which would actually be the north wall, but on the left there's an iron door, and it's another open archway on the south wall, which would be right. And it's just a short hallway. You can go left, you can go right.
I figure we'll leave the doors shut. As far as I know, rats aren't much for opening doors.
Okay.
We can come back and look at them later, perhaps, unless we want to do them now. Otherwise, let's look at 10, perhaps, to the right.
Okay.
Since it's
Closing
open.
off our open areas are the best thing to do first.
Yeah. Solid tactics right there. So you kind of peek into this room, and it's actually got shredded divans. I hope I'm saying that right. But like when you think of the weird couch in like a therapist's office, which is, got the back and one arm, and then it's just kind of an elongated chair from there. It's got a handful of those around the room, but they're shredded. They're kind of broken down.
Chase.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Could be.
But also in the Jen put it right. It's a fainting chair.
Chair.
A fainting chair.
I've got the vapors.
Catch me, fainting chair.
Oh, I say my word. But also in there's piles of pelts, like old animal pelts.
Can I take a look at those? See if I can identify
Sure.
animals, maybe.
You move up to these animal pelts, and it's probably when you get within a few feet. Now, it's a good-sized pile, too. It's maybe when you get within, we'll call it like 5-6 feet. You can actually see there's a little bit of movement.
And I'll put up the classic, we've got movement. And then I will...
I assume that they're being nested in or something.
It wouldn't be...
200%
I will
would not
start
be...
to slowly back away and ready an arrow or something.
Okay. I'll say this: if you guys want to combat whatever's underneath these pelts, I'll let you have a surprise round.
I hate to leave something behind us,
Yeah, I
just
agree.
personally speaking. Especially considering they tend to fuck us up real quick, it seems. So
So-
yeah.
Yeah. I'll jab my spear in there.
Okay. So those of you who are doing your attacks, please go ahead and roll me your attacks. This is counting as a surprise round, so those of you that have the 3-2, you get 1 attack this round, 2 attack next round. So first full round of combat, you'll get your...
I got my 1 good roll of the night, everybody.
So Mornath, that's a hit. That's a hit. Jake, that's a miss. So, oh god damn, Cormac. God damn.
Pain train does not stop.
Your damage dice are fucking.
Oh wait, no,
nuts.
this isn't a pain train. This is the chopper.
The chopper hits 3, 4.
All right, so
Be horrified if there's like an innocent squatter who just happens to be in here.
yeah.
Cormac just slaughtered.
It's all the free rat piss you can drink down here, Met. Ow!
I don't know how much Cormac would really care about that.
No, probably not. I would.
You have stuff on him.
So congratulations, Cormac and Egtho. Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
The 2 of you slay 2 of whatever was in these things, these pelts.
My nat 20.
You didn't roll a nat 20.
I did.
Oh, but you only did 1 point of damage.
I did 4.
Wait, did I? Oh, who did I get? No, it was Mornath. I'm sorry. I got confused. Dan, you kill 1 as well. That was my fault.
Don't take it away from
No,
me.
no. You definitely earned that. So that is my bad. I apologize. So, Mornath, you get a hit. You hit something, but you don't kill it.
Actually, I rolled a nat 22, I think.
You rolled a 19.
19.
Showed
Yep, I
those
see it.
pelts who's boss.
Yeah, Jake, you just dusted these pelts. All right, let's go ahead and do initiative. Jake, if you would please roll a d6.
All right. Boop-a-doop-boo.
Whatever is in this pelt got a 4. It gets to go first.
2.
So let's go ahead and go down. Whatever is in this is just going to leap out and attack one of you in melee range at random. Oh, you know what we haven't been doing? We haven't been doing
Be a thirsty die.
the
Thirsty
first
Peretti.
clash. So in this game,
First strike.
yeah, there's first strike. Whoever's got the longer weapon gets to attack first. I think we can bypass having to move into full combat here. As a rat leaps out
Oh, good. It wasn't a homeless person.
at Cormac. Let's go ahead and do first strike. Cormac, you got advantage with your sword.
Maybe this
Nice.
was the good rat that was going to be on our side. and
Maybe.
take us to the dungeon.
Yeah,
And
it
this
was.
would be a 2 attack round on
Nicodemus.
top of it.
The 3 of
Yeah,
us
it
are
is.
the oracles of the rats.
So. Ooh.
Oh, miss. But then probably another miss.
Okay.
Oh, no.
That did not succeed. So. The rats. So we're just going to say the rat's turn is over. It did its charge attack. That's what I'm counting at, is a charge attack. So then the rest of you now get to go. Dan, what are you doing?
Boop, boop.
You're attacking twice.
Yes.
Oh, nice. That probably hits.
Jake?
I'll attack once more.
And Bert? Hold off. I'm still figuring out the phases, Jake.
Okay, sorry. I do have a long sword for what it's worth.
It's specifically whoever they were attacking.
Ah, gotcha.
Bert, what are you going to do?
I just rolled an attack with my spear, hit AC 11.
Okay. Once again, I'm still figuring out the phases. So we're getting ahead.
Sorry.
So you're going to attack.
Sorry. Okay.
That's all right. It's a different system, so confusion is bound to happen. Jeff?
I'm going to attack twice.
Don't hit the button like we all did. In our excitement.
I have learned from your mistakes.
So, Jeremy, we're going to say that was, first clash, so that doesn't count against initiative. Also, I'm going to say, since I did that rule wrong, we're going to say you just attacked once. So we're going to move into your first round. So this would be a 2-attack round for you.
Okay.
So what are you going to do on yours? Just attack twice?
Yep.
Make with the murder. I believe you're entitled.
All right. Everyone is attacking. So here's what I'm going to say. If you have already rolled your attack and you want to keep it, I'll let you.
Okay.
If not, you can re-roll it, or those of you who haven't rolled yet, please go and roll an attack.
I
So-
appreciate the forgiving on this one. I will
I'm
keep my
firing into
attacks.
melee.
Oh,
So
and actually, you'll go
-2. I have a -2 penalty.
right.
But yeah, I'm firing into melee. If I
Okay, that is good to
Tell me
know.
when you want me to go.
You'll actually go after the melee attackers then.
Okay.
So Cormac, that was a miss.
This was a 2, not a 1, or I'm sorry, is it just a 1?
Go attack twice. Yeah, it was.
Okay,
We're
my
calling. Yeah, no, it's fine. That is a hit. I'll tell you
God.
right now, that's going to kill it.
Spicy dice.
Do the rest of you want to roll, or
I already did, but it's
what I
fine.
did.
I'm pretty sure it's
yeah?
dead.
All right, yeah. Easily, this rat leaps out.
Aha! You
Cormac
take that,
fends it off,
Dead rat.
and then Cormac just comes back with the counter strike and just fucking obliterates this thing. There's appears to be no more movement under these pelts.
All right. Is it literally just piles of pelts?
Just piles of pelts. Now, as Egtho, as you,
yeah.
Egtho. I'll get it.
Egg.
Though that's what fucks me up. Like I keep seeing, it's just Egtho, but there's a
ignore the
D.
D. It's a
Ignore that.
silent
It's a
D.
silent D.
Yeah.
As you're kind of poking around these pelts, they're all just completely like urine and shit soaked. But there's some weird pelts in there. Some species you don't even recognize, but you also see like lions and tigers and like big game like bisons and a few other things here and there. And more mundane pelts. But then there's, like I said, there's just other bizarre creatures you haven't come across before.
Are any of them in like good shape? Like they're
No.
recent? Okay.
No, these are all they look to be extremely old, haven't been well cared for, so they're very brittle. Furs mainly, if it's not worn off, it's very close. And it's also just completely urine soaked from all these rats.
Right.
That's the way we like him, said no one.
It's curious that they'd have such an array of fine pelts. Some of these
Perhaps-
animals I haven't even seen before.
Perhaps whoever previously occupied this space.
Yeah, that.
Smuggler's hold or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyone else do anything else in this room?
I think, except for maybe just doing a quick check to make sure there aren't like tunnels or anything that lead into this room other than the obvious opening we came through.
Okay. Well,
The,
go ahead.
11, is that a door, a closed door into 11?
That was, going up into 11. That was that short hallway, and that's the iron door going up. So, Dan, you kind of poke around the room, making sure there's nothing else fishy, and you start finding some pewter goblets. And they're actually, you find 6 of them. I need to keep track of your loot. So far you've gotten the shield
I'll put on my equipage.
and 6 pewter goblets.
Fancy.
But other than that, you actually don't find anything else in this room. No other forms of in or out. And you just not going to make your roll. After a few minutes of searching, you feel pretty confident.
Good. Do we want to check the steel doors, or do we just proceed on and then come back later?
I think we should check. I don't like leaving.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Okay.
If we're going down,
Okay.
we should catch our.
I'll see if I could open the door to number 11.
I'll have an arrow ready when he does this.
Okay.
Hey,
I think I will too.
what's all this wavy?
Hand X ready.
What's
What?
all this wavy stuff on the walls? Is that a curtain?
Those were those velvet curtains, like the old rotted velvet curtains.
All right. Has anyone checked behind those yet? Just
No.
Not specifically, no.
Yeah.
I was just
I had the
thinking
same
about
thought
that.
before. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, let's check that real quick.
Yeah.
Right now or before we do 11?
Let's do it before we open up anything further.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, Vorlock. Hey, Treebeard. Thanks for coming by. There's a lot of people in chat. I haven't said hi to any of you. Anyway, so yeah, how do you want to check out these curtains?
Tear them down.
That works.
Yeah, well, you
that
can
works.
see. Yeah, you can.
Did fire?
No, you can see these curtains. They're affixed to old metal bars attached to the ceiling, and like the curtains have like rings, and those rings are over the metal bar. So you think with a not even a necessarily a very hefty yank, you could just rip these things down.
Oh man, I'm giving that a hefty yank.
All right.
Just tearing them down.
What side are you guys just going to go wild and just start doing them at random, or are you going to kind of work methodically through it?
You want to just start from the wall by 11 and go around?
Yeah, do it methodically. Have some people watch in case anything jumps out.
I'll be
Sure.
watching. I'll be bow ready.
Okay.
In case the rats are the walls here.
You all just start ripping these things down. It appears to be stone wall as you're pulling these down. And it's when you get, you get to the corner. Let me see here. I need to look up something real quick. Oh, that's because I'm looking at the wrong number. So, I'm just gonna. Is anyone now? I know, Egtho, you got Bo keeping track in case anything pops out. So the other four of you, you're working on ripping curtains down, or is it just one person specifically?
I'm watching as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think just one of us is ripping curtains down.
So Jake, please roll me a d6.
Alrighty. Roll 1d6. Whoop.
Oh, you get closer to that corner. Would be the northeast corner, and you actually find in the sandstone behind these curtains, you find there's actually maybe a ledge that kind of sticks out. It's a vertical ledge up and down, and it's maybe like 8 feet tall. And kind of looking at it, you can see maybe 3 feet down, maybe closer to 4 feet. Further down, there's a dip in the wall that almost matches it.
Huh. I'm gonna look over at everybody else and say, hey, can we get a shield shined on this, please?
Yeah, I mean, there's enough light. Anyone else want to inspect this, or what are you guys going to do about it?
Yeah, I mean, take a look and see if it means anything.
You move up. Give me an intelligence test there, Dan. Just roll it and hit the intelligence button on the character sheet.
Boop, 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 boop. Bap. Not quite.
You're like, I don't know why. This over here, it sticks out a little bit, and 4 feet down, it goes in a little bit, but it's only like 7 feet, 8 feet up.
It's the same on both, like it's 7 or 8 feet up.
Yeah.
Not with an intelligence check, and I can only assume that one pushes in and the other one comes out. Maybe.
There's only one way to find out.
And the other one doesn't come out. Let's maybe get some more curtain torn down first.
Yeah, let's finish ripping this thing down.
Okay.
See what's behind curtain number 2.
Curtain
Yes,
number
exactly.
2 is entirely uneventful.
Aw.
All right, everybody, step back while I make mistakes.
So you head over to this weird section of wall.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna try and push on the one that's sticking out.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a test of strength.
That one thing I don't know how to populate.
Yes.
It was 8, so put in 8.
Well,
that's
speed
feet.
strength.
I think I still have that.
Yeah, I had that.
Do I? No, I don't have it open.
All right, Dan, you are a...
13, you said?
What's your
13.
strength, Dan?
So in test of strength, put in 3.
3?
Mm-hmm. And then
Yeah.
hit the button.
Oh, I guess I have a chart right here that tells me all of those. Just need to look with my eyes at the...
Okay, not enough.
You give it some oomph, and it doesn't really do anything for
Cormac, my spindly
Yeah,
arms
Cormac,
seem
get over here.
insufficient.
What?
you. They want you to push on a chunk of wall.
He's busy reading something.
Yeah,
My spindly arms seem
There's-
insufficient.
Got the hell wall. You stupid.
push it with the spear. See what happens.
So what's going on? Bert, did you say you were doing something?
You wanted to have me check an area. I was going to say use the spear to kind of prod at it and see.
So you do see this section of wall where one part of the wall is kind of out with a kind of a rounded front. The other one's dipped in with the reverse of that rounded front, maybe 8 feet tall. Now, Paula Dean just pushed on it, didn't get anything out of it. And you kind of explore and prod it with your spear, but it doesn't really.
Cormac try to give it a little more oomph than I've got.
So Cormac, yeah, if you want to give me a test of strength.
Okay.
Ooh, you guys are
Unbreakable.
I'll tell you what, you're on the right path with this test of strength thing.
Can we both try to push on it?
Yeah, go ahead and work on it together. And I'm going to say, doing teamwork,
Spit on our hands.
it's going to be, if you roll a 5 or less, you'll get it.
Do you want to take this one, Cormac?
Okay.
You have the superior strength.
You will never believe me later. If you don't work now, I'm gonna kick you for hours.
There we go.
There you go. You
right out.
give it a push, and it actually, this entire kind of 4-foot section of wall starts to pivot, and it opens up into it was a hidden door, a secret door.
Oh, we're in a secret door in a secret basement.
Yeah.
Someone's really paranoid.
So this room, I'll tell you, it's fucked up. So access through the hidden door behind the velvet curtain. Inside of this room, in the center of the room, there's a cage of sorts. Iron bars stretching from the ceiling, or from the floor going clear up to the ceiling. Maybe it's makes like a 6-foot cage, but there's no you don't see a door of anything in this cage, but inside of the cage is a really weird skeleton, like a very demon-esque kind of skeleton, vaguely humanoid. Looks like if it was standing it'd be 10 feet tall. Porcine-shaped skull, a ram's horns, pointed tusks. The shoulder blades kind of extend out like giant wings, but it's kind of setting in front of these bars, looking at the wall opposite to you. So you're kind of looking at this thing's back, and it almost.
Trying to imagine some meat on it would be pig bat-like.
Hang on, let me get through this. Okay. And it's kind of holding onto these bars with skeletal arms, and it looks like it had died there gripping these iron bars. But Dan, if you want to give me an intelligence test,
Oh boy, pick it on my weak skill here.
then I'll answer that question.
Hey.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Ask
you
a dumb
get
question, get a dumb answer.
a feeling. Let me actually. I got a map. So
Map to a treasure of pain.
on what I'm displaying to you is kind of a layout of the room. Now, opposite side of this cage, on the opposite wall, you actually see a small cubby, an alcove, and there is actually a pentagram painted onto the floor with a puddle of wax at each point of the pentagram, like old candles that burnt down. And in the center of it is a very kind of ornate looking dagger that looks to be in really good shape. But Dan, to answer your question, yes, if you were to take a rough guess of populating this with meat, you might think that it was kind of the creature that Bert described, that Mornath described from the dreams.
Interesting. Okay.
Let me.
The dagger.
Yes, give me a moment. I got another picture to show you all.
Oh no.
And this is kind of an angle from behind. You can see kind of like the dagger. It's very ceremonial looking. And you can see the cage behind it with this weird skeletal pig-like thing sitting there holding the iron bars. The dagger looks to be, very shiny, either silver or steel, just setting in the center of this pentagram.
Would any of us realize that the pentagram may not need to be disturbed.
Right.
Listen, you've all probably, you're definitely no slouches when it comes to a rough and tumble life. I'll say that would probably be free knowledge. If you want to say you know it. Especially you having skills with spellcasting.
Yeah. Point that out and then check to see if it is broken anywhere.
What is broken?
The pentagram, like if it's been rubbed out, if there's any breaks in it.
Okay.
What's the pentagram made out of?
It is engraved into the floor.
Okay.
But yeah, looking at it, it appears still to be in good shape.
Okay.
Like there's no breaks, there's no parts of the floor chipped away. It is
Then
intact.
I would suggest not touching that dagger.
Yeah.
Okay. I still kind of want to just,
I mean, listen, I've given you the information that you would get
There's
from
no
that.
inscriptions or anything.
No. I mean, it's very, you can see
It's ornate.
the hilt of it's kind of got the weird pig demon head on it. But ornate.
Okay, that's fine then.
Maybe some sort of demonic adversary of this Auroras figure we discovered earlier. Maybe a servant?
I don't know. They sort of have the same logo going on.
Does the cage hang above the symbol?
No, it's the symbol is on the north side of the wall, or sorry, east side of the wall, maybe.
There's a new item in Roll20 that should
Room with a
depict it.
cage, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Number 13, if you see it.
Yeah, room with a cage. You can see the 13. The cage is in the center of the room. Like I said, the bars on this cage are set into the ground and go clear to the ceiling. Ceilings may be like 13, 14 feet tall.
He was summoned into the cage and died in the cage.
That would be.
In case the pentagram could be just an area of protection in case.
Maybe there's more clues in room 11.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mostly just clearing out our back trail so we're not being ambushed. So, did we get all of the curtains from the other side as well?
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you got those. You didn't find anything else. But that's just with, the cursory glances. You guys didn't actually explore the walls up close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably wouldn't hurt to do it. Just have it done.
Yeah. Hold up the shield, get lots of light on it, and see if there's anything that looks out of the ordinary.
So you're going to search the walls behind the other curtain. Okay. You're familiar with what the trapdoor looks like, the secret door. So I'll tell you right off the bat, you are able to, and actually I had more stuff I could have revealed. You know what you're looking for, so I won't make you roll. You spend a few minutes looking. I did not label my handouts very well. Apartment, basement. Nope. You do find another door hidden along the north wall, just past the dais a little bit.
Is it like symmetrical to the one we just found, or is it on like the northern wall?
It's not symmetrical. It is on the northern wall.
Northwest, northeast.
Closer to the western corner. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Works. That's good enough. Yep.
Maybe.
Is it the same push button wall sort of deal?
It is the exact same, and you kind of know what kind of force you need. So yeah, you all kind of work together. I don't see a need to re-roll this at the moment. And yeah, you force it open, and it kind of opens up into I didn't upload a map for this little room, but we don't really need it. It opens up into a smaller room. Now this room, it's actually in pretty good shape. It's got a bed, a dresser, a bookshelf. It's kind of a rectangular room. On the north side, I'm sorry, on the west side and the east side, it's covered in curtains, but these curtains are dust covered, but they're not rotten and moldy like the other ones. Yeah, let me make sure I get the description. Yeah. There's a dresser, bed, small bookshelf. Despite the age, the room's in pretty good shape. Velvet curtains cover the east and the west walls. Rooms maybe 15 feet wide, maybe 20 feet, 30 feet long. So it's rectangular going the long north to south.
Maybe we can give it a little searching through, see if there's anything that indicates who used to live here or what they did.
Sure, absolutely. Tell me what you're searching.
I kind of want to look like on the... You said there's like a dresser.
There is a bed, a dresser, and a small bookshelf.
And more curtains, you said.
More curtains on the
We'll
east
start with
and the west.
Bookshelf first.
So that's what Dan's doing, is checking out the bookshelf. What is everyone else doing, or are you just waiting, following Dan's lead?
I'll check the bed.
Okay.
See if there are any trinkets or anything
Perhaps
that were
he's
kept
got
nearby.
his diary stashed under his pillow.
All right.
Yes.
Bert, Jeff,
I'm going
Jeremy.
to check the curtains.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay outside the room and just continue to keep an eye out on things. Like
Sure.
watch our back, have the bow ready.
And Cormac.
Just stay at the ready, I think.
Okay. So we're going to go into a surprise round of combat.
Oh baby.
Those of you
Looks
in
hugger for flesh.
those of you in the room do not have surprise.
I didn't think so.
So as Mornath moves the
Jeff's
curtain,
thing helps us.
Well, specifically, if you want to know the specific thing, is it gives like the enemy's chance, like it's reduced by 1 on a d6 roll, the party's chance to be surprised.
that is the thing that happens. Yeah. I'll tell you what, since you do have this and you two were at the ready, I'll go ahead and we can move past the surprise round. And we'll just go into full initiative. Now, let me set the scene for you. As Mornath pulls the curtains aside, he finds a friend behind the curtains. A giant,
Doesn't sound so bad.
7-foot-tall humanoid skeleton wielding a halberd with a pointed great helm with a plume of red horsehair off of it, wearing a black rough spun cloak. As this one kind of comes to,
Nice to beat you, he said.
the other four in the room also rip the curtains down. Let me show you a picture so you know what you're up against.
Oh boy.
So there are 5 of these 7-foot-tall skeletons,
Oh.
each
Lame.
with a halberd, each with a great helm, each with a cloak. One thing you definitely notice is one of them, all the 4 of their halberds are very rusty and pocked with age. One of them, their halberd's a mirror finish still. It looks great, pristine. So, let's go ahead and do our initiative roll. So, Jake, if you would be so kind,
1d6 coming up.
give me a d6.
1.
Ooh. 4. Skeletons get to go first.
Bye,
Well,
guys.
good campaign, guys.
Mac and I are gonna go eat more eel stew.
Yeah.
Just burn it down. All right. So there's 5 skellies. I'm going to label this one good skelly, then 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ooh, it is 11. Are you guys, do you want to go through this combat, or do we want to call it for the night? I'm good to keep going.
I'm good.
I can
we-
stick with it. I mean, it could be the end of the campaign here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I would love to stop playing.
Okay, very cool. We'll keep it
TPK
going.
in the skeleton room.
So, oh god, this is going to be rough.
Yeah, TPK in the skeleton closet.
All right.
Someone just play the theme from Skeleton Warriors over and over again while these guys kill us.
So Cormac and I do not have heal spells, so just letting you guys know.
I can touch you for 2 HP.
Phrasing.
Yeah.
You can lay on feet.
So
Give you the heals.
Jeez. That's a Brendan pun right there.
Yeah, Brother Ivan gives you the heals.
all right. So the skeletons are just going to move and then attack. So phase 1, they'll be moving. Phase 2, they'll be attacking.
I think they have the longer weapons also.
They do. They have halberds. Jeremy's greatsword might give it a run for their money.
I think they're the same class.
Same length.
So it would be both attacks happen simultaneously. But none of them are attacking Jeremy. So now let's find out what you guys want to do on your turns. Dan.
Well, I'm probably gonna cry first. And then I'll probably die. No, I think I'm equipped at the moment, so I'll probably just go ahead and attack.
All right. So you're going to attack
And then I'll cry.
and then cry. All right. Jake.
Oh gosh. I should have been level 3 for this room.
We all should have been level 3 for this room.
This
I
is
think
a level
I'll just-
1 dungeon.
I'll just stay put where I am and grab my war club.
So, all right. So, turn 1, you're equipping.
Yep.
Or phase 1, you're equipping. Phase 2, are you attacking?
I'm not up near them, so I don't believe I can.
I'll tell you what. You could phase 1 equip, phase 2
And
move. Phase 2 move and phase 2 attack. You can do a half move and an attack in a single phase. So, yeah.
That worked. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll
All
do
right.
that then.
Bert.
Oh, I about murdered myself.
I will
did
speak
hail my
boldly the commanding words of "Return to the pit, you fiends!" as I
man.
try and turn the undead.
Nice.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah, I can't
right.
do that until 3rd level.
Man. Jake, what are you playing?
Oh my
Shaman.
gosh, I should
Oh, okay.
absolutely have seen what I do with my paladin. I don't think I get to turn undead yet either.
Bert, are you familiar with the rules for turn undead?
I'm reading them right now.
That's good, because I am not. All right. Jeff, what are you doing? You got your arrow ready.
I was ready. So I was going to ask you one of the things in the book, and you're welcome to say shut
You
the
doing
hell up.
the advanced combat rules?
Yeah, like there's a thing where if you had an arrow cocked, like you actually get the fire before initiative actually begins.
Sure.
So
Upon
it's up
shot
to you.
We'll
whether
let
you
it.
want that
Yeah.
to be a thing.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, all of the combat options are open. So if you guys want to do just basic move and attack, we can. Or if you want to read the advanced combat rules, we can get the more granular things going on. So I will say yes, absolutely. Please make your attack roll.
So I only get one, and then we go into my normal like.
Right. So let's go ahead.
So it hits an AC of 5. So
I don't see crying in advanced combat actions.
Is that a class ability?
So you rolled
No, it's
your
a
attack
personal
was
skill.
better than that 8.
it hits AC 8. That's all it says.
Okay. That is a miss.
Yeah, it's a crowded room. I'm getting
Oh,
a
minus
penalty
2,
because
yeah.
I'm shooting into it. So, yeah.
All right. So
Isn't
then
there
on
something
your
about
turn,
if you
But then on my turn, I will do phase 1, phase 2, fire.
what were you saying, Jake?
Oh, isn't there something about if you miss, there's a chance to hit somebody else within melee range?
Only if I roll low enough, and I didn't.
Okay.
And then
Nicely done, because I know who that would have hit.
Jeremy.
I actually would
Well,
have to make another attack to see if I would hit the other person.
Yeah.
It'd be a critical
I
success.
thought enemies were also on that table.
If you
Of
roll
potential
low
targets.
enough, yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, if you're far enough out from range.
Firing into melee, if the attack roll is low enough and it qualifies as a miss, then the ally is targeted instead. But I didn't roll low enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I did see that rule, Jake, and it's for long range.
All right, yeah.
So, Jeremy, what is Cormac doing?
If nobody's attacking me directly, I'll probably go for the one with the shiniest blade.
Okay. So I'm going to say phase 1 move. Because can you do... You can do a half move. Okay, yeah, we'll say move on phase 1, attack on phase 2.
Sounds good.
All right, skeletons get to go. Phase 1, they're all moving. Jake, the dude with the shiny weapon, moves up to you.
Oh, hello.
They don't have attacks. Their attacks will be phase 2. I think. Let me check. Yep, attacks are phase 2. Dan, one of the rusty dudes moves up to you. Jake, 2 of the rusty dudes move up to you.
Gentlemen?
No.
And the last rusty's halberd dude moves up to Bert. All right.
Quick. Cormac, close the door. Let's go.
Let's see.
Don't even know these assholes.
Dan, would you please make your attack? There's now one of them all up in your grill.
Okay. That's where I prefer them not to be.
Oh, that is a hit.
Ooh,
There
sexy.
you go. Good damage.
But I'll take that.
Dan,
Yeah.
you kill it.
Oh, good.
There you go.
Smash it to dust.
So you just, what weapon are you using?
It's my longsword. I assume I'm just going. Ah!
Yeah, you use your longsword and just smash through a bone, dropping this thing onto the ground.
Sabaton is playing in the background as you smash this thing.
Jeff, you want to go ahead and make your attack?
All right.
Oh, hell
Yeah.
yeah.
That is a hit. Which do you have a preference on which one you were shooting at?
I'll go for the shiny one. No, I'll go for the rusty ones. Let's take out the weak ones first.
Okay, cool.
Nerd.
So that is that 5 damage?
Yes.
You drop the one on Bert.
Okay.
Your arrow, just let me double check, make sure I'm not missing anything silly.
Rest in peace, Jake.
Oh,
Or rest in rat pee, I guess.
you do not. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I was incorrect. Your arrow bites into it, but it kind of deflects harmlessly off the bone. So you get a feeling that your arrows didn't do as much as what you were hoping.
Sure. DR or something.
All right, Jake and Jeremy. Jake, you equip your weapon. Jeremy, you move up to the one with the shiny weapon.
I'm gonna chop them.
Were you... I had you down for move this one and then attack next. So there's your movement. And then finally, for this round of combat, we go to Bert, who is casting a spell.
Well, it's not a spell so much. It is showing my holy might. What is the undead type? It should be a number from 0 to 13.
1.
Perfect. That means on a 1 through 9 on a D12, I can turn them.
Ooh.
Good.
Okay, so here's my D12. I did it.
Oh, nice. So what exactly happens when you do the turn? Do they just try and flee?
Okay, so choice is either they cower before me or they flee. If I get to choose, I'm going to have them cower because then they're defenseless.
I will let you cower because there's not really anywhere for them to flee either.
Right, and this goes on as long as I continue to berate them. So I will continue to go back to whence they came. You sacks of crap.
Okay.
Your mother never treated you right, and neither
There we
have
go.
I.
Haven't got any meat on your bones.
All right. That's absolutely badass. So that is the completion of phase 1.
God.
Start of phase 2, it is their turn, which they will spend their attack phase cowering.
Do they have an ability to like resist this, or is it just like
Nope.
Nope.
As long as I made that roll, they keep doing it as long as I keep talking. And then when I stop talking, they continue to do it for one more turn.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Okay.
That's
Well,
really good.
Keep coming up with insults until we murder them all, I guess.
Man, you're the best. That's
Do,
amazing.
do we need to roll it out, or
Well, no, we're gonna keep
Actually,
going.
how many of them are there left? Let's.
There's
I missed
4
that.
left.
Okay, actually, I need to roll 2d6, so a minimum of 2 of them are coward. Let's
Okay.
see what happens.
Okay, this is important.
So you need to get at least a 6 here. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Bert.
You even cowered extra skeletons.
Yeah.
Cormac is quaking.
So
Cormac
Cormac,
outside is like, what the fuck is going on in there?
yeah,
Skeleton in the cage in the other room's like, ah, shit.
Cormac and Jake, Maguyak,
Howler.
Maguyak and Cormac. It is now your turn to swing your weapons.
I know Maguyuk's faster than me.
Okay, Jake.
I see you eyeing that shiny one, and I'll say I'll soften it up for you and take a swing at it.
Sure thing. Go ahead and make your attack.
Oh, whoop! I clicked add instead of the roll. There we go.
AC 7 is a hit. And you deal 2 points of damage.
You're doing as declared, softening them up.
All right,
Yep.
Cormac.
Finish it.
Oh, you already rolled. Sorry. That is a miss, though. I'm sorry. All right. Jeff.
I'll
Egtho.
fire at the same one I hit last time, so the one that's on
Bert.
Bert's good.
Cowering. What is the advantage for attacking a creature that's cowering? I've got that. Defender is...
I would assume they don't get their dex bonus to armor class nor shield.
Call it prone, so they get a -4 to their AC. That means that was... Okay, I'm going to count their AC as 11 while they're down.
Whoa.
So sadly, Cormac, that didn't work. Egtho, that is also a miss. Let's see. Those were our attacks. So you did attack, Dan, you cry, and Bert, you maintain your effect.
Yep.
We're going to move into the next turn.
Turns out they're
Skeletons.
Tears of Joys this time, but
Yeah, skeletons are going to keep groveling. So phase 1, they're going to grovel. Dan, what are you going to do on this turn?
we'll go ahead and put in 2 attacks this time.
All right, so you're going to attack.
And then we'll see which kind of crying comes up next.
All right, Jake, what are you going to do?
I'm going to attack one of the dusty ones.
All right, Bert, you're going to maintain.
Mm-hmm. Keep berating them.
Jeff.
Same thing. I'll fire 2. Phase 1, phase 2.
And Cormac.
Hot chopping action.
And this is your 2 attack turn, right?
Yes.
Oh, baby.
All
Just
right.
chop the shit out of these guys.
So Dan and Jeremy and Jake, you all get melee attacks. Jake, you've got the highest highest dexterity, so go ahead and give me an attack.
Alrighty. Dusty. Oh my
No,
god.
that is a miss. Dan or Jeremy, do you know what are your dexterity or agility scores, whatever they're called in this game?
Mine's a 0.
Okay, so that's probably me then.
All right.
Okay. Attack that shiny bastard.
Ooh,
There we
Look
go.
at
that
The
kills
chop is
the
stolen out harshness.
yeah, that kills the shiny bastard.
There were a few of them up on Maguyuk, right?
There is 2 more still on Maguyak.
Kind of chop a dusty one.
Yeah, absolutely. Nope. All right.
That's caught up in the one guy.
Yeah. Dan?
Let's do a little boop boop.
9 hits for 2 damage. All right.
And 4 will probably also hit for 2 damage then.
Oh, yeah, I missed the 4.
all right.
So, Dan, you
I'm just
attacked...
going to go, It's probably the same one, because 2 damage probably doesn't kill it.
Yeah, so yeah, you attack one of the ones on Maguyak. It's still up. Let's see, those were our melee attacks. Now it is our ranged attack.
The crying and screaming, and the sword swinging.
So Jeff, if you wanna...
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, you already did. You attack the one that's still on... That's still of Mornath.
Yeah.
It's still up though. You definitely, your arrow kind of just glances off at it.
Yeah. Probably not great.
Almost like it's kind of resistant to your piercing attacks.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and then Bert, you maintain. Phase 2 for the skeletons, they don't do anything. Phase 2 for all of you. The only one who has an attack on this phase is Egtho.
I'll do it one more time. Same guy.
You drop him.
There we go.
Oh, good. There you go.
I got him.
So
Just like Legolas, you know? That's what it is. 50 arrows to take one person down.
all right.
That still only counts as one.
So here's what we're going to do. We know the basics of what's about to happen. Jake, Dan, Jeremy, Jeff, you all are about to make attacks. So please go ahead and just roll me your attacks. Everyone's on single attacks this round. Mornath will maintain. Just that way we don't have to go through the trouble of plotting out. Jake,
I think
that's
we got
lethal
it.
right there. Yeah. Well, for one of them, that was lethal. Cormac, that was also lethal. So you two drop these last two skeletons. So,
Nicely done, us.
all of the skeletons.
I'll look at Cormac and say, it is unusually dark in here, isn't it?
Nice. All right. You all slay the skeletons. Now, as the skeletons, as they stepped out to attack, they ripped the remaining curtains down, and you actually see in the northeast corner, in the back corner of this room, there was a little cubby. And how about this? I'll tell you that there was no other passages in or out of this room besides the one you came through. So I'll just kind of go through what you found in the room. Let me actually, I think I got a better breakdown up here. So each of the skeletons had a helmet, a giant helmet with a horse plume. So if anyone wants a helmet, there's 5 helmets. Each of
But
them,
they're giant.
well, they're large helmets. Essentially, you guys kind of get the feeling that these might have been Hyperborean skeletons, so slightly larger than the standard person. Same thing with the cloaks they were wearing. They're really long on all of you. But there were 4 rusty halberds and 1 halberd that's in good shape. I'll just spill the beans. It is a magical +1 halberd.
Nice.
The other things that you come across in the room, on the bookshelf, there is a leather-bound book. Does anyone read Hyperborean Esoteric? Or do you all know? I'll tell you what.
I know that I don't.
I
The
think
question is, do
we
I
just
read?
have common and racial languages.
Okay. Say the only person I think who would be close to reading it would probably be Bert.
Only got an intelligence of 13, which is just 1 extra language, and I kind of doubt that would be what it would be.
Okay. So yeah, there's a book, and you might recognize it as some derivative of Hyperborean, but you can't make out what it says.
Take it with us. I
Yeah.
suppose.
On the
Are there
book,
any pictures?
there are. It's some kind of ritual book, so there are some pictures here and there.
Okay, well that'll be helpful.
Next to the book on the shelf is a velvet-lined cedar box. Inside of it are 3 glass vials. Each one of them contains a fluid, so they're like corked vials. One has a light blue fluid, the other one has a pulpy green fluid, and the last one has an clear oily fluid inside of it.
Means nothing to me.
Yeah.
The
Now,
last one?
clear and kind of oily. Now the last thing you find in the room is actually was in the cubby behind the cubby behind where the curtains got pulled down, and there's a wooden rod suspended from the ceiling. Think of like a clothes hanger, with 5 cowled gowns hanging off of it. Very kind of ritualistic looking gowns. They're all made of purple velvet. They're in good shape. They're all embroidered with golden thread, and on the breast of them, it's set with 7 tiny gems, and it looks like a star constellation, but you don't recognize it. But
Does it match our other star symbols we've seen?
no. What other star symbols?
Like on the altar and in the pentagram,
Oh no, no, it doesn't. This looks like an actual star
Like a
constellation.
Okay.
But the gem set in this thing, there's 3 diamonds, 1 sapphire, 1 emerald, a ruby, and an amethyst, and that's in each of these 5 gowns.
I feel like we each get a gown then.
Just to be clear, the star does not represent Auroras's emblem, which is a star.
That's why I was asking, I think.
Yeah.
Now, very
least that's what I
specifically,
thought I was asking.
this is, I would call this a fault in this little adventure. It just says in a constellation, but I would say, yeah, if you kind of study it, applying some of your clerical knowledge, it does seem to have some significance in the Auroras kind of religious kind of sacraments.
If I might suggest, instead of loading up on treasure and encumbering ourselves, why don't we just pile everything in the safe room? This seems to be safe now, and we can take it all as we exit.
Absolutely.
That seems fair. I am interested in maybe throwing on a helmet in case there's some benefit from that, though.
You have to look up in the book what a helmet does. Off the top of my head, I don't.
Someone should take that halberd, though, I would think.
Yeah, there is that
Yeah.
1+1 magical halberd.
Can I use a halberd? Can anyone else use one? Oh, I know our fighters can.
I mean, I can
Yeah,
use it.
I could use it as well.
But I can get more attacks with the choppa.
Yeah.
I'll throw it on my pack.
I
Okay.
wouldn't
Just to-
wear the helmet that has the plume on it, though.
They all have the plumes. They're like horsehair that's been dyed red. So there's 5 of those helmets.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and throw the halberd in so I can have something that's longer
Okay.
in my equipment.
No, just make sure that you're using your longsword, which is a mastered weapon. Using the halberd won't be mastered. Of course, you don't get a higher rate of attack anyway. Or do you? You're at 3-2?
For my class, I'm 1-1 by default.
But with your sword, you were swinging 3-2 before, weren't you? Or no?
Yes, because I have weapon mastery.
Okay, so if you use the halberd, you won't get that. You'll be down to 1-1.
Yeah, as you level up, you can get more masteries.
Yeah.
Having a longer weapon could
Yeah.
be beneficial, though.
So we're just past time a little bit, so I think this will be a good place. You guys are in this room that's safe. You've decided to load up any loot you find in this room so it doesn't encumber you. There's still more of this dungeon to kind of explore and figure out. Next session, kind of with where it's going, I don't know if it'll take the entire 2 hours, but maybe it'll stretch out depending on how things go. But yeah, so we'll be back in 2 weeks for continuation of Rats in the Wall. Now this is my first go at running Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. I know for some of you it's your first time playing it. What are y'all thinking of it?
The title lied. There's also skeletons in the walls, and there's dead demons in the walls.
Yeah.
And there's who knows what else in the walls. But otherwise,
Yeah?
it's pretty fun so far.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we'll be back with the next session of this in 2 weeks on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Central. Let's go through people who want to plug things. Now would be a great time, which I think the people plugging things is really Bert and Jeff. Jeremy, if you got anything you want to plug, you can. But
Not really. They're the cool people.
all right. Jeff?
Adventures in Lollygagging. Search for us for podcasts. Drops every Monday. Get our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/thelollygaggers for some Vessin with a few of these folks, and then some Mutant Year Zero over the weekend. And then tomorrow night on twitch.tv/SvaihanderRPG, 9 Central, we play more of Jeremy's Grim and Perilous Zweihander game. Yeah.
There you go. Bert, you got anything you want to plug?
Yeah, check out the podcast of Steam, Steel, and Murder for lots of role-playing goodness. Also, on the Notorious DMG Twitch channel, we are currently running through some, a Shadowrun game GM by me using different systems.
Our next game is this Sunday. Is that right?
Sure is.
That's right. I'm looking forward to
we
that.
just got rated as we're ending.
Liching Hour, you showed up just in time for us to sign off. We had a great time playing some Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. But yeah, Defenders of Cobalt, that'd be Jake, Dan, myself, and Jeremy, because we stole him. Yeah, we're not, yes. Anyway, you can find us Friday on twitch.tv/Defenders of Cobalt, right where you're at now, as we continue Joe's 5th edition campaign. Eddie may be out, so if he's out, Joe's going to be running a one-shot in DCC. So we're either this Friday, 5th edition, or DCC. We don't have anything on the stream on Saturday. Sunday, I'll be over on Notorious DMG as Bert runs Jeff and I through some Shadowrun. I think Friendon was going to make it to that one to join in on the Shadowrun fun. Monday, Dan and I will join Bert over on Lollygaggers for some Vesson. Wednesday here on this channel, I'm working up to next Friday because I got something special for next Friday. But next Wednesday, Mutant Crawl Classics is the plan with Gen Con coming up. We'll see if that changes for anyone, but I'm still on for it. And then finally we get to next Friday, twitch.tv/ZweihanderRPG. We're going to be running the adventure Something About Marie from Main Gauche. It is going to be the adventure that a lot of us are running at Gen Con. So you can watch it, but just heads up, it is going to be spoilers for what's happening with a bunch of Zweihander games at Gen Con. So might be fun to watch it if you can't play. And that's it. Defenders of Cobalt, thanks for watching. Thanks for that raid. Those of you who raid, make sure you hit that follow button, that sub button if you want, so you can watch some more of us. Yeah, I don't know.
I think I'll take us to TT2KB.
Oh yeah, if they're going, we'll do a raid on TT2KB, so hang out.
Keep the train going.
We'll keep the train going. So yeah.
Get ready to raid one more time.
There we go. So until we see you next time, start fires, do drugs, and wash your fucking hands. Doses.
Thanks, everybody.
So I'm going to put us on stream start, so don't go anywhere. We're going to do a raid.